Good morning and welcome. It's Tuesday, May 12th, and today we're going to continue working on weathering, erosion, and deposition and what that looks like. So welcome to my virtual classroom. So yesterday, hopefully you got on and saw what it looked like. I kind of want to talk to you a little bit more about what's available on the classroom and how it will be set up. So if you missed yesterday, what you're going to do is click on my virtual classroom on the daily lesson plan, and I'm going to keep all of the days over here in the menu. So here was Monday's lesson, and then the current one will be at the top. Okay, what I would do is go to View and then go to the Present mode. That way it'll fill up your screen and you'll have it nice and big. So in the instructions on the daily plan, it asks you to first click my speech bubble. So the first thing I want you to do is click right here, and that will give you today's lesson. Okay, so you're going to want to, if there's a speech bubble there, click that first, and I'll put that in red so you'll know to do that first. There's some things that are just going to be embedded that you can check anytime. So anytime a word is underlined, you know that there's a link to it. So I can click on this, and I'm going to go to our wow words from the classroom. So you'll probably recognize this from my room. Actually, I went there and took a picture, and sure enough, it's taking forever to load, but there you have it. Look at that, guys. It's like being right back into the classroom. How cool is that, huh? And then the Greek and Latin root words are there. This will take you to the Foss website when the assignment needs you to go there. This will take you to Seesaw. If you click on this, I'll put the study cards there, or maybe some other work that you need to do. So it's just a Google slideshow that'll take you through the study cards that I would like you to go ahead and add to your card set. If you have index cards at home, that's my #1 choice, and that would work out great. If not, you can cut paper that size, punch holes in it, or just poke a hole with a pencil very gently. Or you can go ahead and put them in your science notebook. All of those choices work. It is helpful, I think, when you're studying vocabulary to write it down and then have a tool to use to study it. So whatever that looks like for you works. And then I'm a big advocate of drawing a picture. So I tried to make some simple pictures on here to inspire you, or that you could copy in your own vocab. All right? And then going back to the classroom, down here is a Mindstorm, Lego Mindstorm box. If you click on that, it will take you to Miss Moss's robotics page. Now, several of you have already found this page and joined. If not, this code right here will get you in, so you can go to your Google Classroom and just add this code to be a part of her classroom. But she's got a lot of cool assignments on here, and several of you have taken advantage of those already. She will actually, you'll write your computer code at home using the block coding like we did in class, and then she will download it on a computer for you so you can actually see it running. And did you spot my M&Ms on my shelf? It wouldn't be my room without M&Ms, right? So today's lesson, what you're going to do is click on the Mystery Science, Why Is There Sand on the Beach, and watch that. And when you're watching this, there's opportunity to stop and discuss. So hopefully you're lucky enough to have maybe a family member that can sit and watch it with you, and you can have the conversation together. But just go ahead and click on the arrows, walk through the video, make sure you put it on full screen. And then when it comes to a part that says discuss, do that. Have a discussion. You don't need to write anything down. Just talk about it. And then you're going to go through the video. There's an activity that's pretty simple, and I think it'd really help you understand why we have sand on our beach. And it's kind of a fun challenge. So it suggests that you print off this picture of a mountain and a river. You don't need to do that. You could just draw it on a piece of paper. Okay, so you don't need to print. And then you're going to need something to time with, so you can use a cell phone or a watch or just a clock, or just have someone count and be your timer. And then you're going to have weathering on rocks and erode those rocks. So I don't want to ruin it for you, but give it a try. I think it'd be really fun. And then when you're done with that, I want you to open up the probe beach sand. So lots of great participation on this yesterday. I really appreciate your ideas that people wrote. I had actually some really great science vocabulary that was used. So you might want to revisit the prompt. It's taking forever to load. It's funny how we've gotten so spoiled by fast internet that if it takes longer than a couple seconds, we get impatient, right? Or I get impatient anyway. So I'm going to let it load. So it was beach sand, and we had Victoria and Justin and Pax who had some ideas to think about. So then come down to someone's idea and maybe pick something that they said, and then ask them about it. So he says, I presume that Justin was right because sand comes from rocks and it would kind of unite up with Pax. So there must be heat or something to have those tiny microscopic crystals off the rock. So that means the underground mountains are given enough to heat to make the crystals come. So great idea. So maybe I'm curious about something. So maybe I'm curious about this giving enough heat to make the crystals come off. So I'm going to highlight the part that I'm interested in, or I want to know more about. And then I'm going to click this little add a comment box. And it says who's doing the comment. And then I could say, I'm curious what you mean by, and then I'm going to actually quote him here. So I'm going to put quote marks, heat to make the crystals. And then I'm going to ask him what exactly would, I'll say, create the heat. Okay. And then he can respond. So I'm going to push comment and that will post it. And then Alex can come back and respond. So he can just click on this and then he can reply to me. Okay. So I would like you to pick one person's explanation and then add a question to it. So we're not being critical. We're being very positive and curious. So why were they thinking that? Or had they thought about this idea? So remember your good skills that we've practiced in class on that. Okay, I think I covered everything I need to cover. These vocab cards, if you could just work on those maybe this week and next, that would be fine. So there's no deadline. Just work on them over the next couple of weeks and add to your cards. And while you're adding to your cards, why don't you review? Because it's been a while since we've been on those cards, and they're all words that you need to know for 5th grade. Okay? All right. Have fun with learning science, and I will see you later. Bye.